Very often people ask me, well, what's your favorite interview? Well, I've done more than 300 stories for 60 Minutes. It's hard to pick. But I think my favorite one has to be George Tenet. Tenet had never done an interview before about being Director of Central Intelligence. He had been DCI before and after 9/11, in the run-up to the war in Iraq. He had been criticized mercilessly and had never said a word in response. And he came loaded for bear, particularly on the question of torture.
You know, the image that's been portrayed is we sat around the campfire and said, oh boy, now we go get to torture people. Well, we don't torture people. Let me say that again to you. We don't torture people, okay?
Come on,
So,
George.
We don't torture people.
Khalid Sheikh Mohammed,
We don't torture people.
waterboarding.
We do not, I don't
It's
talk about
torture.
techniques and we don't torture people. Now listen to me. I want you to listen to me.
We don't torture people. You listen to me, he said. We don't torture people. Of course, what we've discovered in documents that have been declassified is that people were tortured to death. Well, you call it in the book enhanced interrogation technique.
Well, that's what we call it.
That's a euphemism.
Well, I'm not having a semantic debate with you. I'm telling you what I believe.
Anybody ever die in the interrogation program?
No.
You're sure of that?
Yeah. In this program that you and I are talking about, no.
Have you ever seen any of these interrogations done?
No.
Didn't you feel like it was your responsibility to know what you were signing off on?
I'm not a voyeur. I understand what I was signing off on.
I wanted to try to get to why these enhanced interrogation techniques were necessary, or in the words of others, why torture was necessary in the war on terror. And so I turned the conversation in that direction, and I got from Tenet what I consider to be the most complete answer from any official on why we resorted to these methods. Let me ask the question this way. Why were enhanced interrogation techniques necessary?
Because these are people that will never, ever, ever tell you a thing. These are people who know who's responsible for the next terrorist attack. These are hardened people that would kill you and me 30 seconds after they got out of wherever they're being held and wouldn't blink an eyelash. You can sit there 5 years later and have this debate with me. All I'm asking you to do, walk a mile in my shoes when I'm dealing with these realities.